So you're either waiting for drama to happen or you're stirring up drama. And in order to do that, you got to be a certain type of person that, there probably is enough gossip and stories and rivalries and competition and all that going on within these walls that if you wanted to sit down basically every day and just pick a fight, pick a scab, talk some shit, I heard rumors, what about this person versus this person, you probably could do it. You also then become a colossal asshole who everybody hates. That's why there's really only 3 people that can do it or have to be involved. Like when Dave and me did radio together, I think it was great because there was always drama because me and Dave disagree on everything.
Right.
Naturally. If he says up, I say down. He says, left, I can say right. So there was always fighting, and then people would take sides. So even when we were talking about current events, there was tension because it was just I think, the Red Sox shouldn't put up the fucking nets over the wall, and he does, and so there was always drama, and he can yell, and he's a boss where I can yell back, and we are at each other's throats, and then, we just do it over and over and over again. But if it's not the boss, if it's me or you or literally anybody else, it becomes why the fuck are you calling me out? Why the fuck are you calling me lazy? Why are you ratting on me? Why are you snitching? Why are you putting a light on how I didn't come to work today? Why did you tell everybody that I did this or that? When the boss does it, it's fuck, the boss caught me.
Right.
When a coworker does it, it's you're a fucking asshole.
So I have a question there. Why did we ever do it? If we know there were only 3 people.
Well, I think we learned that. I thought there would be. I planned on taking a little bit more of a Dave role that I thought I was up for and did not was not up for.
That's fair.
And so that was part of it. And I did think in the beginning I was this is what I expected it to be. Once a week, once every 2 weeks, there was something.
Yeah.
And then in between, it's it's not bad. It's fine. All of this is funny because in a weird way, the feedback I was getting was unbelievable. The best feedback I've gotten aside from
I still don't understand because it was never a good show. They were for 2 weeks it was a good show. After that show sucked.
I don't think you realize that we're good at this.
Yeah, but we're good at it, and I know when I'm sitting on a couch and going, this is fucking boring. And a lot of the time that was a boring show. No one was really talking. No one was into it. People would roll up 5 minutes after the fucking show started.
Well,
it was not a good show.
Yeah, we can say from the very beginning, John and I were very disappointed in Pat and Tom.
But it was I was disappointed with all 4 of us. It wasn't just it was, all 4 of us did not. It was not a good show.
Yeah, I don't think that's true though. I think there's a lot of people who disagree with that. I mean, I know the from the fan point of view, if you feel that way, it's fine. But my experience with it and my internet, my version of the internet was all very positive all the time.
I guess they could say that's kind of one what we say with commenters when they're nice they're wrong, when they're mean they're wrong. Sitting on that couch, those were not engaging conversations.
Yeah, I mean,
do you think they were? Were you we are killing it right now?
I mean, no, but
all right. So we both sat there thinking it wasn't very good. So who cares what people thought?
No, I never walked away from it being that was a bad show. I just that was a regular podcast.
We there is sometimes we'll walk out of this room and be we fucking nailed it. How often do we do that on those couches?
When there was drama.
Which is never. It was the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, that is the issue, is that you need to talk about the inner workings of Barstool. Again, if we had a show where we didn't repeat ourselves, I think it would be great because we do it good here.
Yeah.
And we would go do it there.
Right.
So you were hearing us do it for the second time. But it's just KFC Radio in between the drama.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good show because I think this is a good show. And that we were just doing it over there, and we're doing it with a different cast of people. We're doing it with callers. I think people like the callers. I think when the audience is responding positively, I don't know, you're doing something right. If you disagree internally, that's you.
But you agree too. You weren't.
I was not this is my finest work, but I was very encouraged by the feedback all the time because I had friends who came back to listen to me again. I was my life became way more Barstool Radio oriented than anything, because I was getting texts, I was getting calls, like people coming out of the woodwork being like, oh my God, I heard about this, I heard about that. And I remember being like, I've had the podcast all these years, guys, right? And people were like, they liked that it was a more like tangible, real show about real people, real things, not hypothetical situations, not, what would you do in this situation? Like there's a person that we're talking about. So I don't think it's as bad as you thought it was. I think there were definitely times where we were frustrated with it for sure. I mean, I remember Tommy loving drama and loving to be on Barstool Radio, and I don't think he enjoyed his experience there. Pat, there were times where, didn't watch Survivor, showed up late. So that iteration of it was not, I don't think we were like clicking or doing a great job, but I think it was a good product. There was new sponsors. Sales was excited about it. Like there were good things about it that I think you're being harsh on.
I mean, I'm being harsh, but we are in
like,
agreement. Like we didn't sit on the couch and think we did good, so it's bad.
I don't think that's true. I think I think you're painting as black and white. I think there's an in between. I think it's like that's not our.
It
best
was
work,
fine.
And I think,
like I get. I don't know. I didn't. But I never. I think I thought it was bad from. Like I don't like the drama either.
When you have the callers, when you have some running stories, they call in multiple times. Like that sort of stuff is a very different type of radio show, and that grows over time. And I think would have been a fine radio show. I think we could have done that forever. I just don't think it was not worth the loss of this.
Right.
If there was, I would have done that forever if this stayed the same, or even if it was like there's a little bit of a hit, but it's like a whole new audience, a whole new genre, good feedback, sales, all that shit.
Which, to be fair, I think we should have expected too with this. We should have expected it down.
I didn't expect that much.
That was big, but
I was expecting some. I did not think it would be, cut in half. Basically, that's crazy. That's a lot, but it makes sense because it's like you get a lot of airtime with us. It's like
right. Yeah,
people are like, even if you are like a diehard supporter, you're like, oh, I'm supporting John and Kevin. It's like, yes, but no. You know what I mean? Like we need this to be the main thing, because that's also the problem with Barstool Radio is it's not somebody's. It's like it belongs to Barstool.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, unless it like skyrocketed, then I would just stick with that. At the end of the day, we need this to be good because like this is where we get judged by and where we get paid off of and all that. So it was like if I have to pick between the two, I got to go back to the bread and butter. So,
which I think was a little unfair to Barstool Radio as a whole, how quickly we left.
Yeah, but and I said that I was like, I can't.
I think it was a lot unfair. Like I think those are problems we should have expected and foresaw, and not just change course immediately. I think it was a lot of like, I'm in love, I'm out of love, and see you later.
Yeah, but I don't think we had a choice.
No, but I think there should have been more. I don't know.
I don't think anybody would have sat down and been like, we'll lose half our listenership because of this.
No, but I think we brought it back too quickly without a plan. I think we left too quickly without a plan, and I think it was. I do not think we handled the last 6 months very well. However long it's been. I
don't think there was another way to handle it. What would you have done differently? Like, how would you have done Barstool Radio differently?
I wouldn't have done Barstool Radio. I think we shouldn't have brought it back. If we could go back.
You were like,
I was what?
We had conversations where you were like, let's do it.
When you called me and you're like, what about Tommy? I was like, that's good because we don't need a second show of us. Yeah. So, yeah. But I would like
in those conversations, you were like, oh, that's good. Like,
with Tommy, yeah. No, for sure. 100%. Yeah. But I would saying, how did we do it again? We shouldn't have done it.
Oh, well, looking back on how it happened. Yes. But like in the moment, I don't think I forced you to do anything.
No.
Oh, okay.
But we shouldn't have done it.
Yeah. No, I mean, knowing that, yes, of course, knowing that we lost half our listenership and the people we asked to be on it, like, seemingly don't really want to be on it.
Yeah.
I wish they said no up front. I wish, there's a million things I wish went differently. But once I knew that I was like, I don't care about any of this anymore. I have to protect what we've done.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care. You can let it die. You can pick it up. But I'm washing my hands of it because it's not my concern right now. Like, I have to worry about this because what I've been building for the last 10 years just got fucking whacked in half. So you can do it, but I'm not, I told him, I was like, I want to do this now. Like, I can't give you like a month. I can't, I can't just let KFC Radio dwindle to like slowly integrate you.
All right.
So that's where I kind of was like, you guys, you are the three that I think are capable of it. It sounded like they did not want to work with Nate.
That was a mistake the entire time. I didn't have many conversations with anybody. I had a few text exchanges with Kelly, a few texts with you. Nate should have been involved the entire time.
Yes. And I said to Nate,
and if they didn't want to work with him, then I think it should have been Nate's show. But
I agree. So I called Nate. I probably should have like talked all three of them, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I didn't want to put people in a weird spot where if they didn't want to work with Nate, and they said that to me privately, but if I was gonna put them all on the spot together, it's like, I mean, that's probably should have been an episode of Barstool Radio.
Yeah.
But Nate is good at the drama, and he's feisty.
He's good at radio too.
Yeah.
Like his radio show, without the drama and all that stuff, his Friday show, there was one lull in the full hour.
Yeah.
And that was when they did like G is the dozen thing. Aside from that, it was a good radio
the
show.
problem with Nate is I think he has a reputation of not being good on camera.
Yeah.
And I don't think...
Which radio isn't really. It's become on camera.
Yeah.
But like radio
you're talking.
traditionally is not an on-camera show.
Now, we've had Nate on before. Is Nate here?
I think so. I would guess he doesn't want to come on, but give it a try.
Ask him if he wants to come on. Okay. I think he does have a tendency, as Dave says, to do it and love it, and then when the heat is on, he does not like that.
Yeah.
I think he's grown past that.
I agree.
But Dave,
to an extent. I agree to an extent.
Like, he's better at it. He's gotten better. But he does have a tendency to, or either like he can't stand the heat, or like we always say, he's killing it. He's like super high, and then he does something, and he torpedoes himself.
He's very volatile.
Yes. But he's interesting because of all that. He's an interesting part of Barstool Radio, of Barstool. There's a reason why he's part of Survivor. There's a reason why he is in all these things, as he listed. He's like the award show and this rundown and this radio. Like, he is always in the mix, and you do need that.
All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.